Well, Dory, what do you think? There is no comfort to be found in this place, but it will have to do. At least we are sheltered from the wind. Alas, there was little room for the goats atop Stonbalk, so Noth has stabled them below as best he could. If this snowstorm does not relent soon, though, they ought to try growing their winter coats. Let me see if my eyes do not fail me. I see the blurred shapes you describe, Pineleaf, but I cannot tell who or what that might be. You are a hardy warden, my friend. Will you descend into the great rack and find out? If they are dwarves, they might belong to Nori's expedition, and if they're not, well, it's better to know what lies before us, I think. Yes, of course, it's in the Hobbit to do everything. Well then, I think Bilbo's story about them sending the Hobbit to do everything was not in the least in any way exaggerated. If I had made any feelings known that I thought Bilbo was exaggerating on that count, I rescind them right now. Do you know what's worse than a set of stairs? A set of stairs coated with a slippery substance. Oh, there are drakes here. What a shock. What a surprise. I would have never thought that were possible. Well, how about that? Is that drake dead? I mean, it couldn't have frozen to death. I mean, it's a cold drake. Yeah? What? Hold on. Ingor, son of Vikun. Malek. Volsdo. All of them. Dead. What? Why have you come here, Pineleaf? Well, I was with Dory's brother Honori to find out what was happening there. Yeah. So, that was the Longbeard's plan, eh? They can have it. Domek is cursed. The Steel Keep is lost. It is not the drakes you should fear, Warden, for the dead walk again. They have slain all in their path. Sauruka, Longbeards. None have escaped but me. What am I to do now? Return to my people as a coward? Beg the mercy of my own brother? Well, Dory is up in a camp at the Stonbach. Perhaps I will go to them, but I beg you, do as I ask. Many Longbeards and Sauruka lie slain before the Steel Keep, but that is no resting place for a dwarf. When the dwarves fought as one at the Anizvizar long ago, so many were the slain that they could not be borne away to the tombs of our people, and so they were burned to spare them any indignity in death. Will you do this for my people, Pineleaf? Will you do this for the Longbeards? If the dead seek to stop you, let them join the others as burned dwarves. Go! Go. Very well. Burned dwarves. An old legend at the gates of Moria. Long ago. Oh, there are some alive, though, who may remember that. Was it Nar at that battle? A white We shall take care of these dwarf whites and any other whites we find. I should have known there'd be a fell spirit around here. We shall take care of them. And give them the burial they deserve. Let's burn them. For they once were dwarves, before they were turned into whites. And they deserve better on that count. And more of them. And maybe, looks like these whites do not like the drakes. Interesting. Most interesting. Yeah, fell spirits. Hey, can I get this burnt? Thank you. Thank you for giving me time to do that. I am hungry already. Whew, it's cold up here. I'm a hobbit, not a dwarf. Now, where are these remains I'm supposed to be burning? Not yet. We'll have to find them later. Whatever's the case, this is not a good day. Okay. I must admit that this is the first time I ever saw a white kicking something. It's just an unusual behavior for a white, I think. Hey, I was trying to burn that corpse. Don't interrupt me. Really? That's rude. Really rude. If the dwarves met some terrible end, what happened to Nori? We need to know what happened to him above all the others. Because until we know that answer, we won't know what had happened. Ooh. Nori's axe. Nori's axe. Amid rust. Not good. Whites. Whites all over the place. Dwarven whites. And I also found this. Your brother's axe. I feared you would not return. When Ingor returned in your stead, he spoke of whites that clawed and hewed his company. That is not the work of dragons. What devilry is afoot at Thickelgundu? Yes, and none of the newly slain Longbeards of Zoruk remain to be found in the Grey Rack. Just dwarven whites. Then where have they gone? Where's my brother gone? Well, I found this in a pile of rust. No! 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 This cannot be. Has my brother gone into Thickelgundu without the aid of his own expedition? Has Karazgar devised some cruel purpose for him? But what if he has been taken like the others? No, I will not believe such things. We will enter Thickelgundu together, Pineleaf, and we will find my brother. We will find my brother.
After the great Cold Drake, Vethug Wintermind, was defeated at Erebor, it was believed that Thickelgundu would at last be reclaimed. Unbeknownst to the Longbeards and Jelruka, Karazgar, the Weeping Warrior, has claimed the Steel Keep and subjugated the wills of the orcs and dragonkind dwelling within its frozen halls. What has become of Nori's expedition in that ancient dwarf keep?
Do we really want to know? Listen well, Pineleaf. If these old maps are to be believed, Jura's Mazal should lie beyond these doors. It was a great chamber wrought in honor of the 7 dwarf kings, and in its center a great hoarding vault was delved. It became known as Imis Khaut, and it held the whole of wealth of Grarek in its depths. If my brother came in search of the treasures of Thikogundul, he and his expedition would not have had to look any further than Imish Khaut. And so, it is there we will begin our search. Let us hope these old gears still turn. Well, let us hope. Ooh. Some pages. A rust-stained writing.
Once again I return to the halls of the Steel Keep, and once again Hrimil denied you. The loss of Thorog wounded her greatly, but her will remained unbroken. It was then Hrimil swore that she would never serve you, Lord Sauron.
This looks terrible. Some of the sounds I hear sound even worse. Before I start opening up gates, let's see what else we have in here. These doors? Dead for centuries. Not turned into whites, I wonder. Is that going to eventually be the plan? Well, that one's not likely going to be opened. Let's try over here. Let's try this mechanism and see what happens. That doesn't seem to be ready to work. That seems to be frozen. Well, should that be any surprise? After all these years? This one seems to work. What's going on there, maggots? You lot had not to have stoked the fires again. Well. Gundabad orcs. How about that? Well, we'll have to take care of them. Orcs. Of course they'd be worse. Warm. I mean, I'd be in the place that's warm. And if you're asked to go to a place like this, what is it? See. What do we have here? Dwarves and a hobbit who wish to get some thawing. If the dead ones get in again, I'll have Ava show you how cold the worms can be. Yeah, alright, well. So they're not happy with those undead either. Well, I don't think anyone is. The drakes don't like the undead. The orcs don't like the undead. But who's responsible for the undead then? Because these are the ones who are working for Oh, this captain's tough. Good thing I got these dwarves helping me. Oh. TPs must die. And finally this one. Well, at least we have a warm place now. You know the rules. Throw them into the pits, or it's all on all of your heads. Yeah. Well, yes. Oh, orcs! Lots of orcs. More orcs. Even more orcs. And this place is... And we need to find the hoarding vault of Imishkal. And you call yourself orcs? Are you a couple of bearded icicles? Too much for you? Well, unfortunately in this case it's not icicles that are killing them. Ah, well.
In the depths of Dol Guldur, you essayed to wield your craft skill anew. You forged a massive chain and etched it with runes of fell magic. For such brazenness, Hrimil would not be your servant. She was to be your prisoner.
Ah, Hrimil. But we also have more orcs. Trying to do whatever they could to ruin this place. What are their plans? Still don't know what Karatsgar's plans are, but we certainly know that he wants the entire north for himself. He declared that rather openly. Now, why he wants it, I have no idea. Probably to set himself up as a new Angband, perhaps? That's what he thinks he is. Ooh. Fine! I'll kill him myself if you can't manage it! Hey. Hello? Well then, I guess we'll just have to... Ah, not quite dead after all, are you? Karadas shall see to that. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Well, we're going to try to see to it that he doesn't see to it. At least that's my opinion on the matter. We shall stand tall with you, or against you. We shall stand tall and prevent you from killing us. Hey, how about that? I think you're going down. There you go. Boom. You're down. Ooh, chest. What kind of treasure is here? Coins. What else should I expect? What will we find here in Thikogundu? Hopefully we'll find this out in the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.